fuck is this? Okay. Hello and welcome to Cracking the Vault, the podcast where we are going through every Disney theatrically released feature film in order. I'm Xander.
I'm Jake.
I'm Trevo.
Wow. Hey, how we doing?
Good.
It's been you're doing shows.
Yeah, I'm doing shows.
I did Newsies that has already passed.
That is elapsed.
I'm doing nothing right now.
I'm doing jack shit.
I'm going for Mary Poppins
Hell yeah.
in August. Months before my next conflicts. It's weird.
Wish him luck. Send some
Constantly
good vibes
free.
his
I'm
way.
just like, what do I do today?
If you're listening to this after he's been casting this and you know Jake, what did he get? Did he do good?
Did I do it?
Did the show happen?
Am I in the show?
Did he drop the show because he didn't get Bert?
Maybe. We'll find out.
I hope he doesn't do the show unless he gets Bert. I hope that's
This will be number 3. This will be the third time I've done Mary Poppins.
Yeah, so if you don't get Bert, you don't need to do it again.
No.
Anyways.
Anywho,
Mary Poppins.
that's my thing happening.
That's Disney.
Oh.
We're gonna get to that at some point.
Ooh. I'm
I
excited
love
about
Mary
one.
Poppins.
Is Hello Dolly Disney?
Hello Dolly is not Disney,
No.
but I almost want to do that before Wally.
I was like, because it's in Wally.
Yeah.
We can
And
watch.
it's
We
like
can watch
there.
the 4.5 hour to 7.5 hour movie.
I think that movie kind of gets longer though. It's like a black
One
hole.
of the older musical movies is a Disney one. I just can't remember what one it is.
Newsies.
Well, there's Newsies.
Yes, the very old times of
Yeah,
the
you know.
90s.
Yeah,
That's old.
Christian Bale.
It's 2023. The 90s were like 23 years ago.
If you're
That would be 2003.
32 years ago. Numbers that are bigger than whatever number to get 90s is how many times passed.
Okay, so I want to mention this right off the bat. It is 10:35.
Yeah,
That's
This
a
is
nice
the
time.
second that we're doing this.
When
I
you're
think we are a
tired.
little punchy.
I'm
No,
a
I
little
know.
tired.
This should make it interesting for you guys.
It's been a weird day, you know.
What else is happening in the world? The Little Mermaid.
Ooh, that
Ooh.
just came out.
That just came out.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Guardians
came out. I
3.
haven't seen that yet.
That's my favorite Disney movie that's come out.
Have you seen
recently.
it?
Guardians 3? Yeah, I've seen it. And it's fucking
I
fantastic
have
because
not.
James Gunn is fucking fantastic.
I haven't seen it
Wasn't
yet.
he the porn director?
James
James
Gunn?
Gunn?
Yeah.
There is a show called James Gunn's PG Porn, which is
Sorry.
stars him, and it's all of the it's what porn looks like it's filmed on. It's the music. It is the acting style. It is everything. It's the weirdly unnatural trying to be sexy dialogue. There's just no sex.
Well, I'm gonna know. I
I
know what
knew-
I'm watching
this-
tonight.
you told me
This
that
man
before.
directed $200 million blockbusters about a raccoon that make me cry, and that's where he started.
That's
Love James
The
Gunn.
What?
Trash Panda.
what a freaking turnaround for
What a
this guy.
ride.
He's
That man got canceled, not for good reason, kind of for good reason, but didn't deserve to lose his job over it.
Got his comeback.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him, but I believe you.
So Dumbo, we're here to talk about Dumbo.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the movie
What was
we
this,
were on.
1941?
1941,
yeah.
the same year Pearl Harbor got bombed, baby.
Oh, we shouldn't. There's a lot about planes in this thing.
I'm just gonna make a joke, but I don't know what to say. Want to be funny.
So, I guess that's where we're gonna start with our
Pearl Harbor?
context for this. Pearl Harbor. No, World War II.
Crash and burn.
World War II has caused this company to go under basically, because Pinocchio and Fantasia have come out. They are incredibly expensive movies, and they did not perform because they did not have the European markets, and they cost so much there was just no way to recoup those losses. So basically on this movie there's kind of a mandate. It's we need something that we can put in a theater and make money and be as cheap as possible. And you can feel that in this movie.
Yeah,
it is
yes.
an hour long.
It looks
so short.
Yeah, it looks very
It looks
nice.
it looks like a silly symphony.
Yeah.
It looks like one of the cartoons.
Which is
A lot
not
of notes.
bad.
A lot of notes.
Okay.
Most of them were dumb.
Bo?
So, oh my god.
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
Listen to all the
Trevor.
people laughing out there. Anyways, that was
Knee slapper.
Yeah.
Anywho, content warning at the beginning.
Content warning.
That surprised me a
before
bit because I've seen this movie once. This is like my second time ever seeing this movie.
Is it? Wait, really?
I think so.
Ever? Just like
That's actually
Yeah.
where I want to start. When did you first see this movie?
It's for like 13,
that's
and then I
I
probably
feel like
watched
very
it again
late.
when I was like 16, 17.
So you've seen. So that's like.
And I saw the live action, but
Okay. So you really haven't seen this one a lot, Trevor.
okay. So this is honestly I wouldn't say one of my favorite movies, but like when I was a kid, I specifically remember watching this in my room. Like I'd watch this more than once. Like me and my sister shared a room, and we had like those like weird little like almost looked like bunk beds, but they're like apart, kind of like a dorm room.
Yeah.
But like hers were like pink and mine was like this cool like deep brown. I don't know why that matters. That's just a fact I know about that room. But there was a TV in the middle, and like we had a whole bunch of CDs, and it was like really funny because ours was like Barbie, and then mine was like all of the Transformers, Cars, Bambi, and Dumbo, and that's it.
what a
Really
collection.
just says a lot about you.
Yes, I obviously
terms
love
of-
Transformers now still.
Yeah, of course.
I'm obsessed with the Transformers and Cars.
Well,
of course.
if there's anything you enjoy, it's like cars and mechanics.
Yeah, no, it's my favorite. It's so weird because those are the movies I watched, and I hate like I had those like biomech things where like they weren't really Legos, but they had like the ball and the like clip thing, and they'd snap together, and they made like those like Transformer looking things.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I forgot what they were called, but I just remember those, and they looked like Transformers, but
Like
they weren't.
The
Bionics.
Bionics. Those are Legos.
Yes.
Those are Lego
Are
Bionics.
those Legos?
Those
I
are-
watched like
those
a
are
4-hour
technically Legos.
documentary.
Well, you're the
on
Lego
Bionics.
man, so of course you do.
I
But
watched
like,
a 4-hour documentary.
I had a whole
on
bunch
them.
of those. Like, I love them. I love just like I would buy a whole bunch of them and see what kind of weird creation I can make. But yeah, anyways, I watched Dumbo a lot, Bambi and Dumbo, and I would sit crisscross applesauce on this bed with the box of goldfish and apple juice.
The
That
mixed ones or the plain just
The just
cheddar
plain ones. I know the mixed ones are better, but it was the plain cheddar ones. It was like those the big box too.
Yeah, the jug ones.
And like I just specifically remember I would come home, do like the hour of homework I needed, and then watch like Bambi or Dumbo. Sometimes Cars 1. Yes, when did Cars 2 come out? Like
2011.
yeah, I was definitely not watching.
Cars 2.
Anyways,
Every
yeah.
time Cars 2 is brought up, just like one of Jake's potential children like dies.
Yeah.
Just dies in the womb.
It's like I don't know. This movie, I think it's because I've always been a mama's boy. I've never like I didn't.
You are the baby mine.
Yeah, and so like watching this movie, I think it really connected it with me. Like just like how much the son cared about his mom, how much the mom cared about the son. I think it like. Again, no, I was a kid, so I didn't know it was hitting me in a way, but I think it was hitting me in a way where I was just like, this is really cool to watch. And so I watched it a lot.
I was a daddy's boy because me and my dad are very much alike in the way we think and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so the entire time she's like, cute, but like, okay.
Cute, but like, when are they gonna go blow stuff up? Like,
When is stuff gonna happen?
So
I feel like the remake was like super action packed, like.
I
Cool. This
do not
was
remember
not.
anything that. Trevor, you and I watched the remake not that long ago, like a couple years ago. I don't remember a goddamn thing.
I remember a lot.
a little bit.
I remember them like climbing up the fucking side of the tent, like to do. I forgot what they were doing, but they were doing something.
I remember the firehouse scene, like super well.
Oh yeah.
Was Danny DeVito in it?
Yes.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, he
really
was.
funny.
Why the fuck
Okay,
was Danny?
what do you feel?
Anywho,
You would.
Before we like get into our notes, actually, because I know that's usually how we do things. We have our big long recap of the movie, and then we talk about how we feel. I want to get just like general feelings about this movie out of the way. Like, what was everyone's overall experience watching this time for the first time in a while for some of us.
Oh.
I honestly, like, again, like I was talking about, it brought back a lot of memories, not bad ones, good ones. Like, it was just interesting. Like, I haven't seen this movie since the last time we watched it, which was,
Probably not that long ago, honestly.
it was when we had a cheeseburger pizza. That's what I specifically remember.
Yes.
It was at the old house.
Trevor and I used to be, because we are the way we are. Sadly, we were going through all the Disney movies.
I would have been there.
Like,
I would have been
we
watching.
Didn't we start that during COVID?
We
like
started that during
with Dangan, with
Dangan, yeah. No.
everything else.
if you were not like separated because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, Jake would definitely be there. That would not happen, but yeah. But
we had,
how
like,
long ago was
circus
that?
peanuts
20? Yeah, about 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Interesting. But yeah, it brought back a lot of like good memories, and like, even though it was during COVID, like that was still fun. We did that again. Me sitting in my with my goldfish and apple juice. Like, I remember watching this movie on the TV. I think it was on VHS.
So that's like VHS. That's the
I
ultimate.
think I
one
also
black
had
hole.
it on VHS. I just never like.
You were
watched
never
like Peter
compelled.
Pan or something else.
Yeah. So Jake, you have not watched this movie nearly as much. So.
No, I was basically watching it for the first time, and there was like quite a bit of stuff where I was like, oh, I know what that is. I just didn't know it was Dumbo. Like.
Oh, interesting.
I'd be like, oh, I like the Crows. I knew the Crows, but I was like, oh, I know they're Dumbo.
You didn't know.
Casey Jr. I didn't know was Dumbo.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
And so
Where do you think that came from? Where did he?
I didn't know, but
Did
then
you
we
just think-
watched Reluctant Dragon. I was like, oh, it's something with that. Then.
Well, they say that they were making a movie Dumbo. In that,
I
didn't
just
they?
didn't connect it.
Don't they
I,
say-
I don't remember. I don't think so.
I know they said they're making it for an upcoming movie, but I don't know
Yes.
if they name drop or not.
And there was like the elephant stuff in the art room, but
Yeah.
I just like didn't connect it. But it was kind of weird. And like the pink elephants, I for some reason didn't think that was Dumbo.
To
I
be
don't know
fair,
what that
I
was.
confused heffalumps and pink elephants.
That's what
a
I get
lot.
confused with.
I-
That's
Totally get that. They're
That's
very
Winnie the
simple
Pooh.
sequences.
Yeah, I remember seeing pink elephants, and it was like this video thing. I was like, oh, that's Winnie the Pooh. And it's like, no, this is Dumbo. I was like, what the fuck?
But it was alright. It was very short.
It's very short.
I like
not
that.
a lot happened really. It was kind of just like we're just rolling along.
Everyone shit on this elephant.
Yeah, and then the mouse was like, "Hey,
You're good, dude.
come with me." And the crow's was like, "You can fly," and then he flies. That's it.
I thought this movie was, I don't know, because it's so short and like simple, I feel like it's able to do a lot of like fun, interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like taking a very simple story, not stretching it any longer than it has to be, but it's still like half an hour of story in an hour.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it just like kind of jazz riffs on it, you know? And like has all of these weird little tangents that it doesn't need to have that are super fun and sometimes super racist.
Very
Woo!
racist
Content
sometimes.
warning.
The content warning in the beginning, that will just lead us right into the
Because
movie.
I forgot about that, so I was like, "What is in this movie that I don't remember?" And then it happened, and I was like, "Oh."
I was going to ask if this is the first time we've had a content warning for one of these, but I think Fantasia had one.
Yes, it did.
Pinocchio had one.
Pinocchio had one?
Yes,
Yeah,
for the
Indians.
for the
For the Indians to
the cigar.
Oh my god, I totally...
Peter Pan's gonna have
did,
one.
did Snow White have one?
Peter Pan is
Did Snow
so
White have one?
offensive.
I don't think Snow White had one.
Did
There was
Snow White have
nothing-
one? I think it had one, but
I
for
don't-
death.
I don't think Snow White had one.
Did it
I
not?
don't- No.
Okay, probably
It'd be
not.
funny if all of them have had one so far.
It's just-
I mean,
they could do it. You can find something in any of these movies.
these early on movies is just like, I guess it worked for the time, but watching them now, it's like,
Okay, alright. I mean, it makes sense, but no.
it makes sense, but ooh.
At least these happen when they happen. When you get to something like Aladdin, which is great but also super racist, it's like,
Yeah,
guys,
it's
you
a bit
know
different.
better.
Yeah, it's been long enough.
Yeah, and
So-
it-
Are we
There's, yeah. Let's jump
slipping
into it.
in? Alright.
let's just get into it.
What?
The
You do
I like
that
the
every time.
I know.
Stop.
It's funny.
My first note, besides the content warning, is I like the carnival music with the carnival-esque like credits in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like they look like a carnival like poster. Trevor?
So I want someone to keep count of this. I hate clowns.
One.
No, this is a game for everyone listening. I mean, if you guys want to, go ahead.
If you want to play,
If you wanna
the
play,
drinking
How will we
game,
know the answer if...
Huh? I
How
don't
will we
know.
the answer if we
Listen
don't
to the
have
episodes, Jake. How about that?
I've listened to the first one.
Yeah, listen to the other ones.
you don't just want to hear your voice on loop.
Not really.
I have to edit it. I have to listen to it like 3 times. And then I listen to it afterwards to like.
Like
Okay.
I listened to a bit of the Snow White one with you in the car, but
Yeah.
we were kind of just listening to it. It's kind of funky.
But yeah, I hate clowns. Absolutely despise them. Scariest thing in my entire life. So many clowns in this movie. Then they're like the scary ones. Like, well, usually you can see the other one's eyes, but these ones are like black, soulless eyes as there's happy painted on their face and they run around screaming. God, I hate clowns.
Rant about clowns.
Yeah, I have there's most of my notes are I hate the clowns.
Have you ever figured out why you hate
I
clowns?
honestly
so much?
think it's just I don't like that they cover their like I don't like it's them but not them. I don't know how. Hold on. It's like it's a man in a costume, but the fact that it's just a man in a costume saying, "Hey, let me take care of your kids," is scary to me.
But what clown is coming to your?
Yeah. What experience did you have with the clown?
Is that part of the act?
I don't know. I just like ever since I've known it's a bit.
When
When
I
did
was
they-
a kid, when the clown came to my door and
Listen.
told my mommy he was gonna take care of me.
Clown
the
killed
clown
my
touch
grandma.
you?
Okay. No, it's. I don't know what it is. It's just the way they are.
Racist against clowns.
That's it. The way they are, I don't like it. The what they do.
The clowns were born, and therefore you do not like.
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
clowns.
Like, there's no like traumatic thing that's happened to me. It's just I
Maybe
hate
you're
clowns.
suppressing.
Maybe I am suppressing, but as of right now, I don't know. It is just I don't like clowns. I've never liked them.
Well, like it's clowns, and then don't you not like dolls?
Oh, dolls are terrifying. Specifically, like stuffed animals are fine to me, but it's like
Porcelain dolls?
Human porcelain. My mom. Here's a funny
Like
thing.
American Girl dolls?
My mom collects porcelain dolls. She loves them. I'm about to bleep that out. I could say my mother, but don't mention the one that shall not be mentioned.
That's so
But-
funny. I hope
but-
you bleep that. You keep everything else.
Okay, no, but my mother loves porcelain dolls, and maybe that's what happened. But like a lot of them are just like girls like doing. Here's her on a bike. Here's one with the lollipop, and I'm like, that's cool. That's scary. I don't like how like things with like eyes. Sorry, I looked over at them because I know they were there. But things with like eyes, real eyes, are scary.
We're skeeving.
Skeeven's in there. Skeeven scares me too. Like especially he's life sized. Only real fans know who Skeeven is.
Some of them will.
Yeah. Hey,
Like-
if you know who Skeeven is,
You're the real one.
you're a real one. But yeah, that's.
Please message us personally and tell us you know who Steven
Yeah,
is.
Please.
if I want to get a message saying I'm with Skeeven.
Stan with Skeeven.
Stan with Skeeven. Anyways, okay, yeah. I'm not gonna rant. I'll have more rants about clowns. So the credits happen. Beginning credits.
Jesus Christ, we're only in the credits.
Yes, we've had banter. I said like the opening of the map, like after the entire like monologue of the rain, and then it like kind of goes into the storks.
Hold on. The storks with the animals. Since when? I didn't know that was like a thing that was like.
You
They
never
also bring animals. Like I thought we
Well,
just
no,
a
no,
human
it's
thing.
not. It's like
it's just the stork, you know.
it's when your parents tell you, hey, you came in with the stork. It's like that's the.
Well, yeah, I just
Every
I didn't
animal.
know there was one with the animals too. So I was like,
Well,
what?
yeah,
I'm
that's it's just
sorry.
kind of like implied. Like the stork brings babies.
I just didn't know that.
It would be really funny if to your child you were just like, okay, so for us the stork brings the babies.
I never-
The animals they fuck like wild.
Oh yeah, no.
I never questioned the animals. They just were babies.
They
They
just
were
were.
just simply little ones.
Animals-
They just spawn.
They're just gonna spawn as children.
I don't
Like,
know. They were just there.
That's how you're actually born, Jake.
You just appear.
Yeah, the hospital actually works as your mom walking into like a little place, and they just kind of like, oh, you're a child, and they're like, and you pop there, and
Baby.
she's like, thank you, and she has to stay in there for a few days to like make sure the baby's compatible with you. So that's where they have to stay.
Ollivander.
Yes, it's Ollivanders. There's a whole bunch of babies
There's
on
an old guy who's like.
Anyways, no.
So the stork song happens.
Yes.
They like deliver a bunch of babies, and there's one elephant who's like trying to kidnap one of the babies.
Oh.
The hippo water. Was when they drop them in the puddle.
Yeah.
I said it was all right. 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
6
It
out of
was
10
kind of just
waters.
like meh.
Meh.
I don't know how many waters there are in this, but just an out of 10, it's a 6.
Yeah, we'll get your final water scale at the end.
I don't think the water. Just me personally, I don't think the water in this movie is very interesting.
No, the highest things were 8s. That was it. Nothing was. I think Fantasia had better stuff than this.
Yeah, but anyways.
Fantasia had more money than this.
I
Pinocchio.
loved all the babies getting delivered. That was really cute.
Delivered to Florida.
It was
Yeah, only babies.
to Florida.
Actually, in fact, babies are only made in Florida. If you're born, you've only been born in Florida. But yeah.
Conspiracy theory. That's your section.
Mine's gonna be conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theory number 1 for
We've
Trevor.
been trying to figure out because Jake has his water, and I want to make this. I want to bring up Kingdom Hearts at any possible opportunity. I just haven't.
There's been some stuff, but not like.
You've mentioned Kingdom Hearts. You've mentioned Kingdom Hearts once, I believe.
Almost every movie we've covered has been a Kingdom Hearts world, and
Has Dumbo?
Dumbo is not, but Dumbo is a great summon in KH1.
I never used the summons.
But yeah, so conspiracy theory number 1. Everyone's born in Florida.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just gonna take a note of that next to my clown counter.
Trevor conspiracies.
Clowns are a government spy.
Yeah, and then I said, "Mommy, no child, sad face." While
You
she's
know.
trying to kidnap the children. She was
Oh yeah,
super sad.
she's just trying to kidnap other people's children.
She like swipes at the. She's like she desperately wants one of the children to end up in her trunk, and they.
It is.
do
I
not.
mean, it would be a different animal. She'd end up with like a fucking flamingo. Like, what do you do then?
Come here, baby. I don't know. Raise a child is just a flamingo
Oh
now.
no, I have a brood of piranhas. In this bag.
And then we go to like the little like montage with all the baby animals, and there was a little camel that was possessed. It was just going.
Oh yeah, no,
He was rocking.
It was very sad after seeing all the animals though. Just Jumbo, sitting there like she's getting onto her carriage thing, whatever they're called, and just like looking up one last time. Come on, Stork, you got this. And she's like, oh, I guess it's not my time. That was very sad for me.
Can we talk about the name Jumbo? I love that.
Jumbo, yeah, it's cute. I mean, it's weird. Just like you look at an elephant, you're like, ah, Jumbo.
kind of offensive towards the elephant. Not
Yeah.
I mean,
It
she
just
vibes
is
with
kind of
it,
a
I
cute
guess.
name.
Also, are there male elephants in this? I know it's the stork brings it in, but like, are there male elephants? Every time the elephants are brought up, it's always women.
Well, Dumbo. Dumbo's a guy.
How do we know?
Doesn't they all refer to him as he?
They could just be assuming.
Well, sure.
I mean, none of the elephants have genitals, so like, not to imply that like how you identify has to do with like, but they don't have the elephants do not have.
Even if they did, they could still go as whatever they want.
Yes, I'm aware.
I'll show them that one play out. It's gonna come.
No, but that was just a funny thing I wrote because I was like, yes, it's supposed to be the stork, but also like, there's not a single. All the other animals have
Had
like
males.
you could tell a female and a male variant.
Doing some kissing or however.
Yeah, the elephant.
they summon the stork.
Or like
Yeah.
there was like the line who was just like lounging like back.
Yeah.
There was a hippo water cart somewhere.
Yeah, that was the scene we were just talking about.
The water was not it. It was solid 3 out of 10. It was not very good.
Solid 3 out of 10 waters for the.
And then Casey Jr.
He's coming around the
I
track.
had no idea Because we talked about the sound that they do in Reluctant Dragon.
Yeah.
And then that's when it clicked to me. And then I just said Reluctant Dragon. What did I say? Where was it? No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got this.
I said something. I don't know where. Oh, Reluctant Dragon Whistle Talk with Casey Jr.
What about it?
That's what that note was.
Oh. You already said
Have you
that.
done the Casey Jr. ride? I've only done the.
I don't know,
the
like
riverboat.
once.
Wait, is that the one where you like sit on the train and they
And it
like
goes,
take and they take you and it's like the little village and stuff like
Yes.
that? The storybook, right?
Yes.
No, storybook is the boats.
No, but Casey Jr. goes around
Casey
the
Jr.
same
Yeah.
things.
Oh yeah, it does because it passes above.
I've never done that.
I have.
I think I've
was
done it
just wondering
once.
if you did.
I've
Especially
done
when
it.
I was little.
I did it.
Is it better than the boats?
No.
The last time I went to Disney, like last year, I did the boats because I was like, why not? They were
It's
fun.
always it's. I always want to fall asleep on that ride, but
yeah,
it's also
but it's
very
also
nice.
like a boat, and I don't know.
I don't know.
Sweet
It's-
smells on a boat.
I went on it once and it was the first time I went to Disney, and I hated it. It's just because I was
They're-
like,
they're
it's
tiny, and you're just like.
it's cramped and you're just sitting there and they're like, look at the
Aladdin.
houses, and you're like,
There's
Whoa.
Arendelle.
yeah, it's like
Where else are you going to see like the Three Little Pigs houses? I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, again, for like kids, the cutest thing. Like even I just hate sitting there because I'm like I don't
There's no narrative to it. It's not
Yeah, like-
particularly exciting.
Little sidetrack. The storybook boat ride. I love the whale. Whereas
Go
he
do the
just
whale?
blinks. I love him.
Wait, he does?
yeah.
He blinks.
Why do we say
He
that?
just sits there and blinks with his mouth like.
Good for
Open.
him.
He has his mouth open. It's really funny because if you ever like are riding it, if he blinks, he goes. Cool. It's like a frog
You can
blink.
see it from just walking around
Yeah.
Fantasyland.
You've never noticed that?
No, I haven't. I thought it was just like a statue this entire time.
No, it blinks.
I mean, I guess it is. It just blinks. The blinks are very offset, but they blink.
Good for him.
It's crazy.
I don't think. Actually, the last time we were there, I don't think it blinked.
Well,
think it did.
Well, then you
Maybe
can't
not
get on
Disney
my
World.
ass. for
Well,
not
you've been to
knowing.
Disney more than once when we went. I thought that would be a fun little fact you would know about something.
Oh, I said Burrow's late to work, but I presume Dumbo.
With the presume Dumbo?
Yeah, I
What's
was
your
like, what?
conspiracy theory?
Well, I was like, there's a lit one. He's probably has Dumbo, like obviously.
I think
Sorry.
this is the first Sterling Holloway performance, who's the voice of Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know that.
You could not tell from his voice that
I
was
didn't-
Winnie the
no, I
Pooh.
didn't connect it.
Such a good voice actor.
Yeah.
All of his Disney work is so fucking good.
And then Trevor said giant train.
Oh yeah, no, it was just because back to like the Florida map, it was just really funny. I get the proportions where it's supposed to be like you're looking down, and it's like oh there's the train, but it's really funny because it's just like how fast the train was going and the proportions of Florida made it look like you could get across Florida in about I don't know a minute. I was like oh that's good. It was just funny to me. I think proportions are funny with drawing. I know this is back in the 40s.
It's also a cartoon, like
Yes,
much more
yeah.
than the other movies. It
Yeah.
is a cartoon.
It's a cartoon. They're not trying to make it as realistic as.
And then
They
the
were.
store comes down. He's like looking for Mrs. Jumbo, and he goes into all the ladies, and I just heard down, not Mrs. Jumbo.
I want to know why Mrs. Jumbo doesn't talk a lot. I feel like she has trauma. She needs to go to therapy for.
Yeah,
because,
well,
like,
when you're
she has
living your
something she
whole life
needs
with
to
these
say.
bitches,
well, like it's
these
fun-
absolute
'cause, like-
assholes.
Oh, I have some notes about them that I absolutely love, and only
It's-
some people will get them.
It's just so funny because like watching her talk, it's like I honestly think the only word she says in this is like it's gonna be Jumbo Junior or something like that. She talks in the beginning and
And
I
then she
Jumbo.
sings.
Junior.
but is that her singing? I think that's just a like
I feel like that's just the voice of God.
yeah like because in
Alright.
the live action they make it the bearded lady who sings it.
Yeah.
Which I like it. It's just like it's giving that sadness to
This
everyone.
is
in
me.
No. No.
The bearded lady.
But yeah, like it was just funny to me. Like I feel like she has like again we like you were saying with these assholes. I mean I wouldn't talk either. These people are bitches. But like I don't know. It's just very sad because it's like
It's really funny when he goes, which one of you ladies is expecting? And they all just go like,
Oh, me? No.
I can't.
They
It
like
has
take
to
this-
be her. And then when Jumbo Jr. was born, he was kind of funky. His face was drooping.
He's adorable.
And I was like, what is
Yeah,
happening?
he's
And then
so
it was
cute.
and then it said he's
So
cute
fucking
now.
cute.
and
And then they bully him.
Oh yeah.
Why are they bullying a baby?
It's also like, I haven't seen an actual elephant in a while, but isn't their entire thing like, there's entire plants named elephant ears because they're huge? Aren't like elephant
Yeah, Dumbo's
ears?
ears are not that big.
I mean, they're big for him being just born. Like being alive and being alive, wow. Being born and your ears are the size of what you're supposed to be when they're grown up.
Stop.
What?
Yes. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
This was our moment. Yes, I agree.
Cause yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he does not deserve the amount of shit he gets.
And then they call him Dumbo because he's dumb. And then I wrote Dumvor.
Dumvor?
What?
Trevor.
What?
They call him Dumbo because he's dumb, so I just wrote in all caps, Dumvor.
Are you trying to make it? Is your joke I'm dumb?
Yes,
Okay.
that is the joke, Trevor.
God, we are so fucking punchy.
It's Trevor.
Dumvor.
Dumvor. I was like, what are you implying here? No, it is funny how this poor elephant is just born. And everyone's like, huh, you're stupid, little dumb ears and your dumb face. I'm like, whoa, okay, calm down, guys.
So after this is the
There's
setting
another
up
water.
the
There's
circus.
another water.
Yeah.
What?
On the way to the circus, there's another water.
There's another water?
Yes. There's a bridge down to water. It was really pretty, 7 out of 10.
Oh, and they're, yeah.
When the train's traveling, it was reflective and it was like
yes.
orangish purple. It was cool.
I always said, back to like, you know, like when they're all making fun of Dumbo and Jumbo comes over and like closes it on them.
Yeah.
I said Jumbo acts out for good damn good reason. Like what she's like every time she's angry at people
She is never unjustified. In her
yeah, no,
actions.
everything is never unjust. She always is doing something for a reason for her child.
There was another water one.
Another water?
Yeah, it was
More
the
water?
same train sequence where there was a train puddle with the moon behind it. Was reflective and super cool. 8 out of 10. That's the first 8 out of 10. And then the rain looked cool when it hit the building at the station and when it was bouncing off Casey Jr.
Yes.
I don't know if that counted as a water score, but I wrote down.
I mean, it's
it is
water.
I didn't
yes.
score it, but.
And then this
What
is...
comes next?
Some faceless black people.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
wrote African American working song with a lot of question marks.
It's So we're going to get to the Crows later. This is honestly so much worse than the Crows.
No, it is. It really is.
It's yeah. Why are they faceless?
They're presented.
That's
as
the worst
so,
part,
That's the
is that
thing.
they're faceless.
They're faceless, and they're like presented as this like
Robot.
intimidating. Robotic working force.
The lyrics are kind of weird to the song.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's some
I wrote a couple down. There's
Oh.
when we get our pay, we throw it all away.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, there's a
Fine.
line like that in Newsies.
And then there's the line, grab that rope, you hairy ape.
Yeah, I wrote Harry Ape lyric.
So,
Yeah, I was
But
like,
also
ooh.
there was-
racist bullshit.
In the song, there was a lightning and thunder thing that happened, and Dumbo got so scared.
Poor thing.
It was so cute.
I said Dumbo tries his best, man. Like
Yes,
he's
he
over here
does.
like with a tiny hammer. He's like, Mom, if we're doing this, we're gonna like I'm gonna help you. Like Dumbo is doing his damn hardest.
And then it immediately transitions. It fades into the fucking Music Man. And they come down.
Oh, the circus. I mean the like parade. Circus,
yeah,
circus,
and I said,
yeah.
Music Man is here. Harold hath arrived.
Harold's hath arrived.
If there's anyone your general audience is gonna get, it's a Music Man reference.
Oh, there's quite a few more.
God. No,
I had to.
the parade was fun. I hate clowns again. Like, I just every
What was
time
that, 2 and 3?
every time I see them, I just want to throw up a little bit. I don't like what clowns look like. They're not funny. Don't come up to kids and start blowing balloons in their face and say, "Watch me squirt water in your face with like."
You say these things like they're things that have happened, Trevor.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe they have happened.
Trauma dumping.
Maybe
He's like, well, I don't know. It wasn't me.
That's a past Trevor. We don't know
They
who
did
he
this
is
to
anymore.
somebody.
Like,
have my name.
I just don't.
I don't like when the clowns come up to you and take you from your family. Then a week later, you're in white makeup.
I don't like the van.
Oh God.
I don't like the bag.
I never thought I could fit inside a clown car.
That might be the funniest thing you've ever fucking said.
No,
Ever.
I just like. I don't understand clowns. I hate them. I hate them so much.
There's 2 more water scores. There was Dumbo when he fell in the mud. It looked very water-like, so I rated it a 6 out of 10 because it was kind of funky.
6. I mean, it's
Kind of
dirty
talking
water.
about
That's some
dirt.
dirty ass water.
Yeah. And then the Dumbo bath water was kind of slimy, and it was a 5 out of 10 at best.
Dumbo bathwater happened before. No.
No,
No, that happens like right after.
That happens right after, yeah, because it's like, hey.
And then it's the hide and seek with the mom.
It's so
wholesome. It's so
fucking cute.
That's why, again, like I said in the beginning, I'm a mother's boy. To heart, like, I love my mother. Like, I have so much of a better relationship with her than either of my dads. But stop making me bleep names. But I love my mom, so I think like this really connected with me, just cause like that was so cute to watch. I was like,
it's so sweet. It really sets up the relationship well, so that you miss them. You like miss the mother when she is not there, and that relationship isn't there.
mm-hmm.
That's also kind of what I mean about like the little tangents this movie goes on. You do not need this sequence at all, but I feel like the movie is so much better for it.
Yeah.
And then Trevor said, "Grab gently like hamburger."
Well, okay, no, I said that.
And I had to write that down.
You made a funny joke when Dumbo's doing the hide and seek, his mom just kind of picks him up and you went grab. And she made a joke because there's the meme that's like hold gently like hamburger, and they're like people holding cats like that and they like droop over and
grab gently like hamburger.
It's funny, okay? Anyway.
No, it was fucking hilarious.
I know, it's just.
Then they bully him again.
This elephant gets so much shit.
Again.
Like, it's the kids, and he's too dumb to understand, so he's, like, doing it back to them. And he's too dumb.
But also, like, again, I don't know how it was back in the 40s to go to a circus. You don't casually just run up behind an elephant.
And fucking grab it.
And grab, like.
This movie really is, like, back in the 40s, you're in a circus, you can get away with anything. You can stack up 9 elephants in a pyramid.
Oh, yeah.
Not a pyramid, it was a tower.
It's an upside-down pyramid.
It's an upside-down pyramid. But, yeah, no, these kids just run back there, start beating the fuck out of Dumbo. And that's when I say again, Jumbo's reaction is totally valid in this moment. These people, like, imagine you just sitting there and someone grabbing your child's hair and pulling it. Like, if you were a mother, you would drop kick whoever just did that.
And then the man comes out and whips her, and I said, "No, don't hurt her," with a bunch of sad faces. And then I said, "Mama slays."
Mama does slay.
Mama does.
She was, like, beating the fuck out of the people and dunked it in the water.
Justice.
I didn't have a water sport.
12-year-old with the voice of a 30-year-old.
I specifically remember as a kid, like, I don't know if anyone else has the mom that's, like, very nice, but if she's mad, she's mad.
Oh.
That's what my mom was. So like seeing all of a sudden Jumbo like her go mad and then her eyes turn red, I was like, ooh, someone.
Angry, that's not a good time.
I was like, my mom's a very nice person, but when she's angry.
When she goes Mama Bear.
When she goes Mama Bear, she goes Mama Bear. So like watching Jumbo's mom's eye, I mean, I guess correct. Jumbo's mom's eyes go freaking red. I was like,
And then comes in little Harold Hillmouse. I don't know his name still.
His name is Timothy Q. Mouse.
Got it. I just keep... My entire notes is just Harold Hillmouse. And then they're talking shit about the Dumbo, and Alice was Pick a Little Talk a Little because it was Music Man.
Yeah, because they're...
It is Pick a Little Talk.
They were all just like...
The like, gossipy
women
in the town.
And then they were spelling things, and it said, "He don't know how to spell. Literally dance moms."
What?
They were just bullying him and, like, making fun of him, but he doesn't know.
Is this your trauma?
No, I didn't have this kind of dance mom thing.
Oh, are you telling like when they keep spelling things out for him?
Yeah.
It's like look at that F-R-E-A-K. It's
Like he's too dumb. He doesn't
I was like, you
know.
can just say the word.
And
If
they're
you
just bullying him.
if you're gonna bully him, just say the word. He's not gonna know. Like you're gonna freak.
Because it's the circus, and they're like, yeah, he's not good enough. He's not. It's literally
It's
dance
the
bombs.
It is like they'd be like, my kid would be doing. I don't have a kid, but if my kid was here, you'd be done for.
And then they kind of get racist about it, but they're like, yeah, but he shouldn't belong here. Like, it was getting kind of funky.
Yeah, just because of his freaking ears, they're just like, you're not an elephant. And it's like, oh.
And then
okay.
Timothy made some noises.
Oh, the scaring of the elephants?
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
Timothy
They were
is
kinda funky.
so good.
I liked him.
He's
yeah.
so much better than Jiminy.
Yes,
That's my note.
Yes.
He feels more of a character than Jiminy was. I feel like Jiminy was like, oh yeah, you're here. I like him, but
Jiminy also like sucks at his job, and Timothy is great at his job.
Yes.
yeah, Jiminy gets a freaking.
He's just Harold Hill though. I'm
Jiminy
standing by
and
it. He's
Timothy.
just a showmanship little dude in a marching band thing for some reason.
So then I think after he
I
gets
love the lore of Timothy.
like, I remember after doesn't Timothy start like cleaning Dumbo with his own tears?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't that happen before? Is this
That happens a little bit later.
okay? But
There's like the whole thing with the hay and the peanut.
yeah, that was it was a funny bit. No, I don't.
I think it's so great when Dumbo is like also afraid of Timothy. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But eventually learns he's nice and yeah.
You get peanut, and then he holds his tail while they're walking. It was so cute.
Well, yeah, because he does that with his mom.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's just like an
aw.
elephant thing. It's like when you're a baby, you
grab
grab
the
the
tail.
tail. So like.
That's like proof that he trusts him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was super cute. And then I don't have any notes until a little later. I don't know
the
how later it
Ringmaster
is.
talks about his climax.
Okay, so yeah, that's my next note. Is the bros climaxing.
I wrote nothing about that because I was just
He gets naked. He takes like all of his clothes off if the
The
shadows
man's
are to
a
be believed.
gawk.
He's like the guy he's talking to is just like oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Ah.
There's a visible scene of him. He has an animation of him going like at whatever he saw.
I mean, much like the elephants, this man has no dick. So
Yes.
maybe that's what
No one
he
has
was like.
genitals.
He was like,
Yeah.
what?
He was.
No one-
I thought it was just me.
I thought I only didn't have genitals. You don't either.
And then when he's trying to convince the carnival man about like this whole pyramid scheme thing,
Pyramid scheme.
he's getting like he's getting like showmanshipy, and I just wrote so dramatic. He's when he's like bouncing on his hat and stuff.
Oh yeah, and this is just the fade out. Dumbo.
there. So
Dumbo.
the moment when he
I forgot it.
when Timothy is like, you see his shadow, like there's a movement of film in the 20s called German Expressionism, which is like, let me see if I can.
Good. I don't know what German expressionism is. It sounds scary, actually. I don't like that.
It sounds like almost like Nazi.
No, stop. We don't need to keep
That's what
going
it sounds like
here.
to me.
Why?
I don't know. Like the
This is
40s,
like- This is like what that kind
Whoa.
of
Oh,
that,
ew,
that's
that's
what
scary.
That's like
that's what
Bigfoot.
but that's what like Timothy's shadow looks
Describe
like to me, is
that.
it's like
Yeah. Describe it to the viewers or the listeners.
just like
They
this
can't
very
view anything.
drawn out shadow, very harsh blacks against the background.
It,
I don't know, very creepy and
yeah, it
eerie.
looks like a hooded figure melting. I don't know how
Yeah.
the best way to say like it kind of looks like very droopy, but it's clawed. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, it's like a 2-second moment, but that comes up a lot in Disney movies.
Yeah, it's just
them
yeah.
showing. That was like the visually interesting film of the time. But anyway, he
makes him
Timothy
climax.
he makes him climax. He helps
Yeah.
a man climax.
And then it was the elephants making a solemn vow to banish Dumbo.
well, no. First off, we need to talk about this entire scene of like, did they just like did he come up with the idea and they never like practiced it?
Oh, that's a
It
good point.
sounds like they're doing it spontaneously.
just-
Yeah, it's just
Stack
like
the elephants.
because
Do it.
like even like in a real life scenario, do you think just elephant is just going to be able to springboard? like all the other elephants are trained, like having them like do a pyramid thing. I could believe because it's like, oh, they've been in the circus for a while. They've like probably have done this before. Now they're just adding an elephant jumping on top of them. But this child that was just born is now all of a sudden like, jump on this and get to the top. And he's like, yep, that's the best idea ever. We're gonna make hundreds and hundreds of people pay for it and do it now.
How does he talk to the elephants to tell them what to do?
I mean, I guess like if it's going for cartoon, it's a ringmaster. He just knows the way of elephant.
Of elephant.
But yeah.
The way of elephant.
But yeah, then it goes into the entire scene with all of them broken because they just destroyed an entire circus.
Yeah, it doesn't go well.
No, that it's like, again, all of them make a solemn vow to like, he is not an elephant. And I'm
Imagine just being kicked out of your species.
Yeah, I was like, do they have that power? Can you just like, you're not human anymore?
The solemn elephant vow to banish Dumbo from being an elephant.
It's so sad. This movie is so sad.
No, it is. Then we get to the really, really sad part, which is the lullaby song.
Baby Mine.
Yeah.
A great song.
There was a hippo water when they were sleeping. It looked really cool, and it was an 8 out of 10.
Oh my god. We finally got one.
This is the second, I believe.
Finally got one to break the 8 out of 10 barrier. At least for this episode.
This is an 8.
I didn't write anything about the mom scene, which is weird because I've been talking.
You just kind of you vibed with.
And then they left, and I just said bye, mom.
It's interesting that the mom scene is like just shots of other animals with their babies.
And then that's again that like hurts.
Especially because it's contrasting with them like on opposite sides of this cage.
And it's still like
it's very sad.
It's really cute, like not cute, but like it's cute to see all the other like animals. You're like, oh, look at all of them loving each other, and then it just cuts to the mom's trunk rocking her son through a cage, and you just hear the song going, but still the clinks and chinks of chains. Jesus Christ.
Clinks of
clangs.
Your retainer?
Sorry, I left my retainer out. But no, it was cute.
I mean, this all happens after the clown sequence, which I think is excellent.
Oh yeah, clowns are horrible. I hate them. I want them to die. I don't like them. Anyone who likes clowns is weird and shouldn't.
We're at 5. We hit 5. Trevor hates clowns.
Hell yeah.
There'll be more. I still have more.
There was when the champagne. So like all the clowns are like celebrating whatever.
The worst scene ever. I don't like.
There was a champagne that dropped into a bucket. When it first dropped, it looked like a film. It was a 5 out of 10. It just looked like a layer of like white on top of a blue bucket. Did not like it.
Did you know?
And I don't think the water was green. Why was it green for champagne?
Because it's a
cartoon.
Like a
brew.
You need to like show.
Yeah.
And what were you saying?
Oh, did you know that the clowns in the scene where they're hitting the big boss for a raise, there had been a strike recently at Disney. It was the first ever strike in its history. And the clowns are supposedly supposed to be caricatures of the people who were striking. While this movie was in production.
Yikes!
Good old Uncle Walt, folks.
Walt was petty and was just like, fine, you're
gonna be in the movie then. It's a fucking clown.
God, I hate the clowns.
And then Dumbo gets drunk.
Oh yeah, the freaking it spills and it's like this is when. Is this when he's soaking Timothy's cleaning him with his tears?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is very sad.
He's
just sitting here. He's like, my mom's gone. I'm a clown, and he's like crying. This kid was just born and already has depression. Like,
he's already hit that stage in his life where it's like, this isn't the fucking job I want to do.
Yeah.
Great.
And yeah, he takes the
acid champagne.
Yeah.
Drunk mouse.
You know, how do you get square balloons? You blow square breaths.
I said I don't like square nose.
Just breathe square.
Like, I get it's a cartoon, but watching that, I'm like,
ooh, what? I'm sorry.
Sorry, yeah, just breathe. Jake, how would breathing square sound? Do it.
No.
Okay.
I don't want to.
But yeah, it's immediately goes to like Timothy being like, why the fuck are you acting weird? And then he falls and is like, ah.
And then sings.
Yeah, he's just singing, having fun with bubbles.
Trevor made a comment that he did not like the bubbles.
Oh yeah, no, the bubble scene's weird. The pink elephant scene is just.
Oh.
The pink elephant scene is one of the all-time greatest things to come out of Disney animation.
When there's like a bunch of different colored elephants. There's one with polka dots. It's like a lime green and yellow, and it looks like Danny DeVito.
So yes, indeed.
Well, I guess he was in this one and the live action.
Yeah,
so
there we go.
both.
That's the connection.
Yes. Yeah. But.
Danny
No.
DeVito is in every movie you watch, actually. If you look close.
Another Trevor conspiracy theory. Danny DeVito has been in every single movie.
Everyone.
Any movie that has ever existed,
Danny
DeVito is in it.
But at one age.
Huh?
Like there's one age he's at.
Well, he came out of the womb like 40. So
Yeah.
It's.
He came out of the womb like, I'm the trash man, whatever he says.
But
Always Sunny.
Gotta talk about this sequence because like there's so many like great
They
moments.
get into water at one point and it's like black water with like neon. I said it was an 8 out of 10. It was also an 8.
Again, I know you guys are probably gonna hate me for this, but like I love the look of it. It looks cool. As a kid, I had nightmares about these things.
Isn't that great though?
No.
Fantastic?
I didn't like these or the hempalumps, and so I just didn't really care for them. It was just like, no, thank you. They really scared me. I just didn't like them.
I love how trippy it is.
I remember
very
watching
cool.
this as a kid. This was really the like on my VHS. I would skip this part. I did not want to see it. I watched it once as a kid and was like, nope, don't like that.
How about now though?
Now it's still like I still get this like I love how it looks. It's animated so pretty. Like these animators threw anything they had onto that part. But still like just watching it now, I was still like I'm uncomfortable. I don't know what it is. It's just it makes me feel uneasy. Like specifically the part where it gets into like the two like ice skating and dancing. Like I don't like the movement that's happening. It makes me feel weird inside.
Yeah, the only reason I knew Pink Elephants was from Fantasia, or Fantasmic.
That's
Look
one of
out!
the great works
Look
of
out!
theater.
And it goes into the Pirates from Peter Pan, and that's all that I know it from.
So we go from pink elephants. The pink elephants all turn to clouds. It's the morning, and we are met with our next controversy.
Crows.
The crows.
God,
Okay,
the crows.
So like, okay, it's just.
Is this the defense you were talking about?
No, well, okay. Do you think the crows are racist?
One of them is specifically
Just one. The others, no.
But no, here's the.
And he himself is not, but it's the reason that he's the lead one is why it is.
Yeah.
I think.
So there are 5 crows. The lead one is A, named Jim Crow. If you know what Jim Crow laws are, not great. Not great to be making light of.
Oh.
And then, secondly, he's voiced by Jiminy Cricket. He is a white man doing a black voice.
How old was he during this?
I assume like 40.
Yeah.
30, 40.
Which is
like
makes it
it's-
really, really weird.
I don't know. Like I don't think it's.
He himself is not racist, but the fact that they chose him to be the lead one, I think, is racist on Disney's part.
It's also just like, why is this the creative choice?
Yeah.
Why is it like, hey guys, you know it would be really funny if all of the blackbirds had African American accents. It's weird. That
Yeah.
being said,
The song though?
A, song is a banger.
Yes.
Fantastic.
B, I think it is at least interesting that they are like the only characters in the movie who side with Dumbo aside
yeah.
from Timothy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that they do it specifically because it's like, oh, well, you are seen as lesser than because of the way you look.
Yeah.
I think there's at least something interesting.
Mm.
I doubt it's intentional and
Yes.
didn't
Yeah.
use still cannot justify the choice.
The choice they made, but
The choice TM.
And I believe it fades to black into the firehouse scene again.
Well, no, you forget about the entire thing of him telling the story and saying, "Here, take this magic feather."
Oh
and
yeah,
you'll fly.
I was writing during that.
But like, again, to me, it's funny because they're just like, I don't know, like they believe a story. They're like, okay, yeah, you flew up here, and then all of a sudden they're like, what? Like, how do you pluck their friend and say, yeah, take this magic feather? And I'm like, they were just gonna push this elephant off a cliff, not knowing if he can actually fly or not. They're just gonna push him off a cliff and see if he does.
That's faith, right
I
there.
mean, they were like, how else would he have gotten up here if he can't fly?
But that's like
so like he has to fly.
Even Timothy, or it's like, yeah, he flew, so just shove him off this cliff and he'll fly.
Timothy knew.
And like,
Timothy's great.
luckily he does, but what if he didn't?
Well then.
What if the clowns are like, we're gonna play a prank on this kid and like put him in a tree, and then they're like, he flies, and then they just jump off a cliff.
Darwinism in action.
And then it's the fire scene, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why does Dumbo sound like a plane? When he jumped off into his ear thing, was like.
That's
the
the closest.
Why do the
like,
clowns
analogy
still
to it.
exist? Because
The fireman clowns were losing their shit when Dumbo was flying. They were running.
well, yeah, I mean,
Havoc.
wouldn't you if an elephant started flying?
It was so fucking funny.
But like, again, what is the point of clowns? What is the point of clowns?
I think it's the strike, and they're like, you're gonna be a fucking clown.
Not in this movie, in general. I'm not talking about the movie
He's
anymore.
just why clowns.
Why clown?
Research that. I want a 7-page essay
I'm not doing
with
homework.
citations.
With citations? No, I just
And
like.
we're excited.
Like
But
what is
doctor,
what is
I am Trevor's clown essay.
what is the point of like the funny the elephant my baby's stuck in the roof, someone help him, let's pour gasoline into the fucking building, let's like watching this I'm just like clowns aren't funny, they're not.
But you know what? They get their sweet comeuppance.
I
From,
think the ones running amok were fucking hilarious.
What?
The ones where they were losing their shit, the firemen, were fucking hilarious.
That's not funny to me. I don't
No,
know.
it was so funny.
I'd like just watching them like
They were so goofy.
the entire
it's just
like,
funny cartoon logic, at least in this movie.
Yeah,
know,
they were
but
just like goofy little men.
I don't like them.
And then Dumbo
Clowns are stupid.
sucks them peanuts.
He pelts
And
everybody.
I
yeah.
said, yes, aim, child, aim.
Yeah, no, I was like, this kid is like
Revenge.
revenge and shooting all these girls with peanuts.
He
Like,
gets everything he wants. It's basically Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but with, like,
The
a
elephants.
far meaner movie.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Meaner to its main character.
we slowly get into like everyone being like, oh my god, he flies, and then he gets famous
Newspaper
for
stuff.
it. Everyone in the
The
United
weird realistic newspapers, I don't know if I liked them. They were like oddly realistic. I mean, we love Newsies, which is probably why I didn't like it, but it was just funky.
Crazy.
No, like I didn't really write a lot about the ending.
The ending
It
is
just
just
kinda-
super. It
it's
just ties everything.
The
up.
last thing I said was that was a weird movie.
That was a weird.
It definitely
Last
is
thing I said.
an interesting movie, but hey, we got to the end of it. We did it. We're here.
Is there anything else we want to talk about? Actually, since we've talked about the movie, do we want to talk about like the ride at all?
I was gonna say like the flying carpet
I've never been on the ride.
Really?
I think I've done it 4 times maybe, and I've been to Disney a lot of times. Like that's not like a boast, but like just in general, like out of all the times I've gone to Disney, I've only rode it 4 times, and I like this roller rides.
It's just, I mean, it's not super exciting.
No.
For how much of an icon? Why is it such an icon? Do you think?
Well, I think for the kids.
Like it's in all like the trailer stuff, like the footage. It's like
Yeah.
in the background's the flying elephants.
Well, it's like, I think as a kid, like, cause I feel like sitting on the now, like, yes, I
I
like.
mean, I preferred like the Aladdin carpets and the one that's in Tomorrowland, the spaceships.
The Astro Orbiter?
Yeah, I preferred those over Dumbo.
I've
They're
been on the
same
Astro
ride.
Orbiter. I've been on the Astro Orbiter. But like the
I like that
Dumbo,
ride.
it's like I feel like it's such an icon for kids because it's like when you take kids, they're usually younger, and that one to me like it doesn't go that high, but when you're that small, going that high and you are controlling it,
And it probably helps that
was
it's
beyond
like
Astral
it's a
Overdose.
character that you're in
Yeah.
compared to
Yeah.
Magic Carpet.
I mean,
or
at
Astral
Six
Overdose.
Flags, they had the Thomas sponsor for like ever. They had a bus ride that went up and down. That was freaking amazing. It was like not that high, but I was like, I don't know, 10.
Yeah,
So I was like,
it
this
wasn't
is
that high, but like as a
awesome.
child that's like the size of my leg right now, if going 6 feet up is going 12 feet up for you, like.
Yeah, it's
I miss being that small.
Yeah,
When
like
I go back.
I feel like as a kid, you getting to control what weight going up and down
Yeah.
is probably
it's fantastic.
is probably like being able to go like that high, swoop down, and then go back up. Probably feels so cool.
It was fun because it would be like
Like it's same with like if you think about it, like the teacups were so famous, and all they do is spin.
But
cups.
you get to control.
Yeah, but it's
those
the,
are funner
you
when you
can-
get older because you can go fast.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but like even as a kid, like it's a kid's favorite, just because it's like
because your parents don't like your dad like whips and you're just like
There's not a lot of those now, but like back, if you look at older Disney, there's a lot of stuff where it's like you're in control of this.
yeah,
And
there
I
were
think-
like the hover things.
Yeah,
there was
it's
the
like-
gummy bear boat.
There's the
Autotopia.
Autotopia, where it's like it's still restricted, but you feeling like you're controlling something is
There's
the coolest
Mission to
thing.
Mars.
Yes.
Which
Mission
is-
Space.
But
Mission
like,
Space, yeah, where
there's a lot of them where
you
it's like
feel like you're doing something.
you feel like you're doing it. It's controlled, but like you are doing
The
something.
Galaxy's Edge, Smuggler's Run.
Yeah, that's
Smuggler's
a
Run,
modern
same
one.
thing, yeah.
But that one's different because it's like a literal like the game changes. I say
Yes.
game like because it is.
It is a game.
It's one of those things where it's like
rented on, it's
whatever
running on
happens is
Unreal.
because of the people you're with. That's why I'm so like, if I go on that, I'd hate going with strangers.
I did I did a lot when I was there because it was kind of fun. There was one where I had a child behind me as a gunner. Was not shooting, so I was piloting, and shooting, reaching behind. It
Well,
was
because that's the
funniest
thing. Like it's like people are like
I got me with these college guys. They were fucking fantastic.
when there's people that go there, they don't know it's a game, so they kind of just sit there and enjoy it, and then they're like, wow, that's a really short ride. It's because you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing the entire thing, it's like you're gonna be the gunner, you're gonna be this. I feel like people think of that as like, oh, this is like a fun little bit you're doing before you get on.
3 coaxium tuners for the first time when I did it with strangers.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
No,
I've only gotten
I only
two.
did 2, but we got
I've
the
only
third
gotten
one, and I was like,
two.
I've never done that.
That's so weird.
It
I've
was
only
crazy.
gotten two.
It was with the college guys. They were like yelling at each other. They're like, go up. I said it was. So I was just an engineer, so I was just like.
The engineer's my
buttons.
favorite because you just sit there and push. Anyways, Dumbo ride. Yeah, cause this one doesn't really like it has a ride, but it's not like. Again, when you go on it, like you don't really see like.
It's not like
Disney
Snow
adults
White,
going
or
on it.
It's not Peter Pan or.
It's
like
just a simple little ride
Yeah.
for kids.
Yeah.
The queue in Disney World is awesome though, from what I've seen of it.
I don't.
It's like a little
remember
play
it.
area for
Yeah.
the kids.
It's there's just like
Oh.
while you're waiting for it, it's just like a little like.
That's like the Winnie the Pooh ride in Disney World. Where
Yes.
the entire queue is just.
Did we ride Winnie the
interactive.
Pooh when we went there? I don't think we did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
I did with my brother and
It's okay.
stepbrother.
I hate the one in California, but that's just me.
The queue's just meh for that one. There's like the tree that used to be the ticket stand for some ride. But that's it.
But yeah, so what do we do? Usually,
What's next?
how
Ratings?
many nuts out of 5?
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
How many climaxes?
How many climaxes?
out of 5?
Out of
Feathers?
5?
I don't know. What's more?
What's
What's a
What's a
iconic
good
thing in
Dumbo?
Dumbo?
Take the feather.
The feather.
Feather?
Okay.
That's
So
a
how many
pretty-
feathers out of 5?
Me first?
Yeah.
I think I did it last time.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 feathers.
Okay.
That's the lowest one so far in cracking history.
That's
I think the lowest we've gotten is 4. So 3.5.
not a bad score though.
No.
It's all right. I mean,
Mhm.
it was cute, but not someone would regularly be like, let's watch Dumbo. So yeah, 3.5.
3.5.
One
Trevor?
more to go? Okay. Mine's a 4.5. I love, again, I think it's just because, like, I've talked about a lot.
emotional
I have
connection to stuff
emotional
with it.
connection with this one. Just like how it's written, I reacted to it when I was little. Yeah, 4.5.
You're bored.
Mine is also 4.5. There have been times where it's been 5 for me.
Really?
Really. Because I think it's just so perfect for what it is.
Mhm.
Like
You're right.
I've said this before, the first 5 animated Disney films are just on such another level from everything else, and this is included in
Oh,
that
I'm
for
so
me.
excited for the next one.
I think I talked about this before as well, but when they get to not Pinocchio, Toy Story, it's the same thing where like they're rediscovering again.
For
Oh,
Pixar,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Every
it's like-
every movie is like something.
Different.
And then it gets
You
to
can
like
make
Good
it up.
Dinosaur and stuff. I feel like where it's kind of just like they
We've
found
seen
their
it.
pocket. They
Yeah.
they kinda
Basically,
just
as
roll
soon
in.
as Cars 2 comes out, Pixar's dead to me.
Yes.
They've lost the spark.
Yeah,
It's
I
one of-
agree.
Whether or not they're making good movies.
It's kind of like with the animated, like them discovering what they can do, pushing themselves is like one of those things you see in their work, and then once they know how to do
Like at
it,
the
and they're
time you
just
don't notice it. She was like, "Oh, it's another movie."
yeah,
But
but
looking
like
back, like, whoa, these are different.
watching like the newer ones, it's just like they know what they're doing now, and the only thing that's really changing is like story, which some like again the newer Pixar's I've actually been impressed with.
Luca
been
is
good.
the best Pixar movie they've had in like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember being so skeptical.
We watched
of
that
Luca.
one. We were like,
Me and you were just like, I guess we'll watch it. It's a Disney movie, and we watched it, and we were both like,
that was
like we were
fantastic.
shocked on like I shouldn't have liked that. But yeah, do you have a final water score for this? Or? I don't know I don't remember your scale.
We'll do it out of buckets because there was a lot of buckets in this movie.
I don't know. I was just saying I don't know if it was 5 or 10, but you choose. I
We're
guess.
gonna go to 5 buckets.
5 buckets.
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 buckets.
Oh, same as your rating for the whole movie.
0.5 below. 3.5 for the movie, 3 for buckets.
Oh, okay.
Again, this movie is very simple in its animation.
Yes, there were
That's the
there
biggest
were
knock against
quite a
it.
few of them where I was like, well, that looked really good, but most of them I was like, it looks alright, just like a blue blob with some white on top.
Again,
Yeah.
this has the worst animation, but it's like it's their
It's
best
wholesome.
storytelling.
Yeah.
out of
But
all of this.
they had the worst animation just because you're talking about it. It was
There's no money.
It just had
had
to
no
be
money.
cheap.
Yeah,
They just
they're just like
needed
we just need a
something.
movie out there that's gonna make money, but like by using as less money as we can.
Don't you worry, because the next movie cost so much more money and definitely
What's
made it
next?
back. Guys, thank you so much for listening
No.
to Cracking the Vault.
I'm so
Next
excited for the
time,
one. Yes.
we are discussing
Yes.
Bambi.
My favorite movie ever. I love this
Bambi's
movie.
mom dies.
I know. Hey, spoilers. What if they haven't seen it yet? They need to watch the movie and play along with us.
You
and see what
joke, but my lovely partner, we were talking about the movie, and I said something about, oh yeah, it's like, Bambi's mom, right? And was like, why? What happens to Bambi's mom? And I was like, do you not know? No, I think I was like, I made a dead mom joke, and was like, oh, does Bambi's mom die? And I was like, shit! We could have gone into that, and you wouldn't have known.
God, this Bambi also broke me because of my connection with my mother, and having that,
Oh my God, that's the Rosetta Stone. We finally figured it out.
I don't know. I love my mom, so I was just thinking of that. I was like, but yeah. What? Oh, but yeah, I love that movie. Oh my God, I'm so excited for that movie. I love Bambi.
Till then.
This has been.
It's been a time.
Oh, you're supposed to. Do you pass it on?
Is this the theme song?
I've got absolutely nothing.
That is staying in. I don't care what you say.
Okay, we're done.
Anyway, that's it. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to Vaulting the Crack.
Nope.
What's the time?
Vault.
Almost midnight. That explains
It's
everything.
gotta be close to midnight.
Oh
No.
My body's talking to me. It says time for danger. It says I wanna